Our birding friend said you've never been to Crooked Tree Wildlife Sanctuary? We had to admit that we had not. So this time down, we went to the Bird's Eye View Lodge, at Crooked Tree. We'd never been to this part of Belize, so let's start the adventure. There'd been some extreme flooding due to storms, and the grounds really hadn't recovered. What were once dry grasslands were now remote little wetlands. Eventually they would dry up. But for now, the water level was about 2 feet above average. And a little less than 3 months before that, it was up to the door handle at the resort. So it has receded a long way, but it still has a long way to go. And unfortunately, the rain has continued off and on. But anyway, let's get on to the birding. The resort has several boats, and they're different sizes. Our friends Janine and Sven from Holland joined us. It was actually our wedding present to them, since he'd proposed to her in one of those boats a little over a year ago. So the four of us and our guide set off for a few hours of birding.
That one right there.
The pair flying?
Yes, the last pair flying.
The water was like glass.
So are these just reeds or
Those are grass that pulled up, harvested by the Mananti. The sea cow, we call it.
The video is made from footage off of our Insta360 X4. It's great for views like this, but when you want to get up to close to the birds like that, you have to have a long lens. Barb does. So most of the stills are hers. Occasionally, I get a good one with my short lens, but these are mostly her photos. We meandered through the waterways where our guide found us one bird after another to take pictures of. Our life lists grew and grew.
You see where it landed? I believe it's still in view. Yes, pardon. It's currently kind of laughing. That's right. Yeah. I can find it through right?
That's the gray line of the stitch between the two lenses that create the 360 image that you can edit in any way you want. I left it there just so you could see it, just the once. It disappears all the rest of the time. There's so much to see, you don't know whether you're coming or going.
band of the tail. That's the field mark. And on the back, see the tall tree in the back? To the left of that, something at the top there.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like a raptor.
All right.
What is it?
Show yourself.
Let's examine.
Longer than the guide's binocular, Barb's lens told us that it was a double-toothed kite. If you want an all-around good camera without having to change lenses, the P1000 by
Definitely
Nikon.
wrong for a roadside.
Yeah, and it's not gray hawk.
That shutter is mine. That's the Sony.
It's developing from the juvenile to the adult stage. It looks a lot like a gray hawk though, but it's not gray. The kite is actually going after it because they eat the young birds, right?
Another boat?
Oh yeah, they're probably seeing a crocodile or something out there. They're towards the reeds out there, the reeds. Double-tooth kite from the dead tree, the big dead tree, Kana. Double-tooth kite.
Oh, okay.
Yes, land for the tree top.
I think Sven said in the 3 days they were there, he got 34 species of birds. One of our friends who'd been to Crooked Tree Lagoon fairly often in his travels said he'd never seen the water quite so glassy. It really was a beautiful day. We got back, started culling the pictures. Actually, we didn't. We had breakfast, and then we wandered around the paddock and back into the village itself. But like I said, they did predict the rain, and this is what it was like. It lasted about, I'd like to say 20 minutes, but it was more like 35. And as you can see, there's a lot of standing water in the back that should be a normal lawn. Will we go back? Oh yeah. To the owners and staff of the Bird's Eye View Lodge, thank you very much. You guys did a great job. Subscribe, share, like. Thanks, it goes a long way.